guys, it's Liana here. I'm back again to share with you another episode of one of my arts and craft DIYs. So I am here to share with you my leather upcycle. So with the leather upcycle, I have a story to share with you guys about it, and it's a bit of an absurd story, but I will share it with you guys anyway. So this happened about 3 years ago when I was doing my second Europe trip. I was traveling about, as you do, at a market in Manchester, and I came across a leather shop. So it was at this leather store where there was I was discovering all these new creations, whether it's leather diaries, hand straps and fasteners, bags, pouches, wallets, all that kind of shenanigans. And I was feeling this burst of inspiration. I was like, oh my god, I love this. And I've seen this kind of thing before, and I've always loved, whether I've traveled across Asia or Europe, I see these leather stores and I'm like, how do the people do all these cool creations that I handmade? And I was feeling this burst of inspiration. I was so inspired and so obsessed with this leather shop that I went ahead and purchased about 10 kilograms of leather offcuts. 10 kilograms. I kid you not, I was that much of a psycho that I purchased that much, and it was a lot. It was a lot, and it's questionable. I question myself why I went so excessive with it, because every time I look back I'm like, Liana, you were so silly for purchasing this much, because you could have just purchased it here in Melbourne, but you went ahead and purchased it when you were overseas carrying minimal baggage, and you fitted all this offcut leather into your luggage. And I remember I was struggling to fit it into my luggage. I had to get my sister and my best friend to fit it into my luggage, and here we are jamming this whole bunch of leather in, and eventually we were able to fit it all in, and I was happy that I was able to bring it back home, and finally today I'm making use of it. And it's taken 3 years to use this leather, which has been stashed away in the studio, sitting, collecting dust, and I've decided to recycle it and create cute keychains. So here are some of the off-cut leather fabrics in which I purchased, and I've kind of accumulated it over the years at different other stores, but they have a vast array of different colors. It's kind of cute, kind of beautiful colors. Here's a red one. So I've got red, brown, green, and I've got white. See, they're all odd shaped offcuts. And so it kind of gave me a push of energy to do something and recreate it. So here's my keychain recreation from leather, and I hope you guys like it. Alright, so first things first, what I'm going to do is I am going to draw out the animal in which I want to create the keychain to be. So here I'm just doing a rough sketch, and yes, I know I'm not the best drawer, but please don't judge, guys. Next, I'm just going to cut around the shape in which I want it to be. And then after this, I am going to copy this image onto a leather fabric. After this, I am going to fold the leather in half because we want 2 copies of this shape. After drawing in the shape, I am just going to cut around it with fabric scissors. Once we have the 2 shapes, I am going to get another different color of leather, and using a $2 Australian coin, I'm going to start drawing around the circle coin. Drawing around the circle coin, I'll repeat this another 5 more times. This will be used as a decorative stitching piece on top of the dinosaur shape. Next, I'm going to retrace the dinosaur shape, and then I'm going to draw in the back part of the dinosaur. This back part is needed to be cut out into a new shape. After we cut out this new shape, we will then repeat the process same as before, tracing it onto a new coloured leather piece. After this, folding in half the leather piece again and then cutting around the shape in which we had just created. Now that we've got two pieces, we're ready to start sewing. So first things first, what I'm doing here is just sewing each individual circle onto the dinosaur shape. Each dinosaur shape will get 3 circles on each one. Now because they're small pieces which we're sewing on, it's quite difficult to get perfect stitching, so please forgive me for my ugly stitching, but I tried my best. And because it was my first sample, I think I might be able to get away with this. After stitching on the circles, we will stitch the overall object so that it's fully closed. Now we need to get some eyelets, and using some eyelets we're just going to draw in where we want the eyelets to sit. So I want it to sit directly where the eyes will be situated. That way the eyes become the eyelet. Using clippers, I'm just going to cut a circular hole so that the eyelet can fit directly in. After making the hole, I'm just going to put the eyelets in and start hammering it into place. Now that the eyelet is in, we're able to connect it to a keychain. So this keychain I just found at home, and I'm just going to place it into the eyelet, and that's what it looks like. Does that not look cute or what? Yo, what up peeps? I hope you guys liked the video of this keychain. I feel like it was a first sample to what I am wanting to do more of and kind of polish it a bit better, but it still has a cool vibe to, like, you want to spruce it up with some colours to your keychain. This is the way to go, and I think it's kind of cute, cool idea. But one of the tips which I would recommend is when you're sewing anything relating to leather, always use double-sided sticky tape. So even if you're sticking it 2 layers together, because the thing is, when you have them stuck together, it avoids them moving when you're sewing. Because I find every time I sew with, especially like thin layered leather or slippery leather, they always move about when I'm sewing it. So that's my number 1 tip. My second tip is, if you want to replicate this same keychain in which I've done, try to use some wadding stuffing or like cotton ball stuffing to kind of give it more of a cushiony feel. Yeah, those are my top tips. Other than that, you can tweak it to fit it your own personal style or however you want it to look like, or even if you want to change the type of animal instead of being a dinosaur. But I thought the dinosaur was kind of cute because you use the eyelets as the eye, and then, like, it has a kind of cute tail to it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, remember to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye!